today on Nebraska WoodSTR. Got people stopping up in the yard. Not helping, just stopping. All right, today's a little bit different. Doing an intro for the upcoming video here. This would be the after party after the Firewood Frenzy. So after everybody's kind of packed up and headed home, one of the three things that I said I wanted to do at the Frenzy was drink beer with the boys. Just so happened that Scheib and his buddy happened to have a little mini keg of homebrew with them. I believe he said it was a bourbon injected chocolate coffee stout. Sounds about right. It was damn good. It was, so if you like Guinness, there's like a little bit of a lighter Guinness. If you like coffee, if you like chocolate, if you like bourbon, put it all in and make it into a beer. It's damn good. So after the deal, we all got together and sat around, had some of that home brew and just chit-chatted. And one of the other things that I wanted to do at the Frenzy was put a 500i in my hand. And so upcoming here, you'll see, just so happened, Mr. Scheib had a couple 500i's in the back of his pickup. And so got to chatting about that. And after a couple cocktails, we decided, well, sounds like a good idea. Let's run those babies. And so it's the first time I put my hand on a 500i, and me and Scheib and John just talking about saws. So enjoy. The other saw that we ran was a 400C. So pretty impressive little saw as well. Not little, pretty impressive saw. So, all right, enjoy.
There you go.
All right, here we go. The 500i. There was two things that I wanted to do for sure when I got up to the Firewood Frenzy. Okay, three. I wanted to drink beer with the boys. I wanted to put a 500i in my hand. And what was the third? Oh, see some cherry wood. We don't have that in Nebraska. Scheib here is helping us out. So that 500i, let's get it in our hand. All right, let's go. Well, John, what do you think of that?
Terrible. It's the worst thing I've ever run in my life. I suggest nobody ever buys one of these.
Or it runs one. Not buy them, just not run one, right?
He's just saying that because it's so good. He wants everyone for him.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
To me, the best thing about the 500i, no matter what the temperature or elevation is, the damn thing starts.
Well, that's supposedly
cold, just goes.
That's supposedly with the M-Tronic also. You know what I mean? M-Tronic's supposed to adjust for that.
Yeah.
So,
but the 500i is
the 500. There's no adjustment screws. There's no nothing. You just pump it.
And it goes.
2, 3, maybe 4 pulls. It fires up, and you're cutting wood.
You're rolling.
Well, terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Yeah, it totally sucks.
John is trying to purposely run the price down.
I'm glad I could bring, like, everybody talks about, oh yeah, the 500i, that's so great. And then, oh well, the 400 CM or the 400C, yes, it's awesome. But until you get it in your hand and actually use it, you don't realize how awesome they are.
Right.
Like
the snap is great.
He's kidding when he's saying they're junk.
Yeah,
they're terrible.
Yeah, they're terrible. Don't buy them.
Don't buy them.
He's trying to run the market down by himself.
Yeah, don't buy it in Nebraska because he wants the availability.
Well, I'm not sure that we could buy a 500i in Nebraska.
You'd have to order them. I'm thinking you couldn't find one.
Really?
Yeah. There's not many trees in Nebraska compared to this country.
But true impression. True impression. I mean, you say it sucks because you want one. But what's your true impression on? We're not even going to do a comparison.
If I were to pick one or the other,
I mean, this is $600 cheaper.
Right. If I were to pick one or the other, I would probably go with the fuel injected 500i.
Yeah.
Just because
it's the latest and greatest. And
not even that. Fuel injection is just that much better. It really is.
You hit the throttle and the power is there. It's instantly boom. This still carbureted. You hit the throttle. You gotta, like, if you're gonna noodle something, you can let it wind up, and then you get into it. But obviously, if you use a saw for a long time, you won't stall it out because you know the point where it's gonna just stop.
And I won't buy.
You know what I mean?
My experience with 2-strokes is I buy a lot of sleds. I won't buy a sled that's not fuel injected anymore.
Right.
Not dealing with carburetors. Yeah. Nothing against carburetors. I don't have that kind of time.
Seconds are minutes. Minutes are hours. If you can get something done.
What is that?
That's an arrow. I found that over there. I think Chris missed the deer and couldn't find his arrow.
The one thing that I really liked about that 500i was the snap.
Yes.
Yep.
I don't know if I've ever hit a saw and watched that. You cannot keep that tip from coming up on you.
Sam's brother has a 361. I didn't film any of it. We were just going to help out people. You know what I mean? So I had the 500. I cut a little bit, and then Sam's brother just got a 361. I never ran one.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So I had my headphones on. You know, I can't hear. So I swapped him for the 361, and I gave him my 500i. And I hit the throttle. I'm like, is this thing even running? You know what I mean? It's that much difference.
Yeah.
Until you get a 500i in your hands, you will not understand.
This is definitely louder than the 500i.
Well, it also has the bark box too, so it's not stock.
All right, we got a bark box on. We have
my 500i also has a bark box, but I mean, the little bit you gain from a bark box, I mean, you're spending $80 for a muffler.
Right.
I mean, is it worth it? But if you want to be loud and proud, you're gonna freaking buy it.
So that's why.
Josh, did you hear that?
Yeah,
loud and
that's
proud.
why you have one.
Yeah.
My neighbors love me.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Not because of the bark box, but I help them throughout the year.
Yeah.
And they really don't get what I do.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
that's good.
It's awesome.
Well, Scheib, it has been an absolute pleasure being up here with the Midwest Firewood Frenzy. Thank you for letting us run your saws, and it's been an absolute awesome. If you have not checked out Outside with Scheib, get get on that. He's got an absolutely awesome channel there. Military man, so thank him for his service. And I'll let you close out with yours, and then I'll close out with mine.
All right, well, how about you close out with mine, and I'll close out with yours.
All right, here we go.
Should I flip something?
I'm trying to figure that out too. See you. All right.
But,
hey, boys and girls, you know the program out there. Like, subscribe, and share. I'm glad you came along with me to the Firewood Frenzy. And I'll close out with Outdoor with Scheib's closing. Woo!
And I'll close out with Nebraska WoodSTR's. See you on the flip side. And I will add mine.
Woo! Woo!
See you, fellas. Have a good
Bye-bye.
day.